all over the world, in 40 different nations around the world. There are kids who are doing exactly the same thing today that you're doing. They are starting their journey to change the world. And they're going to change the world with creativity and innovation. They're going to change the world with persistence. But most importantly, they're going to change the world with teamwork. It's the only thing that works. These kids on these teams and their compatriots from across the globe know that the only effective way to solve the challenges that face them and the world is through teamwork. And what's more hopeful to our world's future than the fact that they also know that no challenge is too big or too complex or too hard for them to solve if they have a little help from their friends. Look around this room. The most creative kids in Western New York are in this room. In my opinion, the most creative kids in New York and in the world are sitting in this room today. And when you see the scores of this tournament, it will bear me out. Each one of these kids and their team has proven themselves a winner today. And if it were up to me and the rest of the appraisers here today, we would gladly send all of them to represent us at the New York State Finals tournament in Binghamton at the end of the month. I want to remind all of you, because this is really important, that the challenge is the enemy that you face in DI, not the other teams, the challenge. So when you go back to your schools on Monday and your friends ask you how you did, you should tell them proudly that you won, because every team that completes a solution to their challenge has already won, and that makes all of you winners. We have to thank some people, so you're going to have to be a little patient. But these are the people that work behind the scenes to make days like today possible, and they really deserve some thanks. We want to thank Erie Community College South Campus, especially Gary Rost, for providing a site and a wonderful home for our Western New York tournament. Please help me thank the appraisers who give up their time to make this a wonderful event for every team. We need to thank our team managers. They deserve their own recognition this season. Could you stand, please? Team manager. Want to congratulate every single team manager for being the absolute best that they could be and helping all of you to have a wonderful season and a wonderful day, becoming the best that you could be. What you've done today opens the doors to heaven to all of you. Thank you. Let's thank the parents who drove you to all the team meetings and practices, brought pizza and snacks, and didn't give you the wonderful ideas they had, even though they wanted to. And before we announce the awards, I would like to ask all the parents, spectators, appraisers, and team managers to show their appreciation to all of our wonderful teams. What a show they put on. Every team was nothing short of magnificent. Scores will be up on the New York DI website, that's www.nydI.org, on Monday at the latest. If I get out of bed tomorrow, they might be up tomorrow. All the team managers whose teams are advancing, and that's our first and second place teams, and any wild cards, and we do have some wild cards. And we have some ties. So pay close attention. come to the podium with their teams. And please, team managers, feel free to call for any help I can offer your team on your way to state finals. There's only 2 weeks between our regional and state finals, so I need for all these team managers whose teams are advancing to get that registration in this week as fast as possible so I can get the schedule together as fast as possible. And for those team managers whose teams are not advancing, I would ask you to use your expertise. Nobody knows this challenge better than you do. You've lived it since September. So I'm asking you, if you're a team manager of a team whose team is not advancing to state finals, and you would like to see the world from the other side of the table, please consider appraising at our state finals. Give me a call this week. I'd love to have you come appraise at state finals and use some of that expertise you gained helping your team this year. We know you're all anxious to get out of the awards, but before we do, I have a few personal words to say to the team, so everybody else can talk amongst themselves. But team members, I've been doing this for longer than you've been alive. I've been doing this since 1984. How many of you were alive in 1984? Seriously. It's a long time ago. And I need for you to know why I do this. I do this because you inspire me. Because you give me hope that the world is going to be a better place. Because I know that sitting on the floor of this gym, we have kids that will set up colonies on Mars, that will find ways to help people who can't walk, that will find the cure to cancer, that will do all the wonderful things I can't even dream about. I mean, you know, when I started doing this, there was no iPods or anything like that. So somebody in this room is the next Steve Jobs. Somebody sitting here is going to do stuff I can't even imagine. And that's why I do this. And when you get to be like older than dirt like me, give back to this program that is giving so much to you for the same reason. Someday, somebody sitting on the floor of this gym is going to be sitting in this seat. That's why I do this. So if you love DI and you love this program, make sure you give back. I want to tell you that most of our appraisers here today were alumni of our program. They sat on the gym floor waiting for their team scores too, and now they're appraisers. So I would love for you to commit to doing that sometime in the future. Not to me, but to yourselves. And that is the end of our conversation, quietly just between us. Everybody else can start listening now because we're going to do awards. I don't know if our Rising Stars teams are still here. Are Rising Stars teams here still? No, but we're going to recognize them anyway. Okay. You know, our Rising Stars teams are wonderful because they're here non-competitively. We only had 2 of them this year, but I do want to let you know who they were. There was the Rising Stars team, the Dynamites from Eggert Road Elementary, and there was also a Rising Stars team from Ledgeview Elementary in Clarence. Do we have anybody here from those 2 schools that can pick up the Rising Stars medals for these teams? Can you see me at the end and I'll give you their medals? Thank you. We do have a tradition in this part of the state, and you know, I love this part of it. We believe that these tournaments and the awards are truly a celebration of every team that participates and their creativity and dedication. And we like to recognize each of the teams that has beat the challenge and shown the solution. So we always call out every team before we call out the places for that particular challenge, so that we can recognize every team that has competed. We do ask that you keep your applause to yourself till the end, so that we can get everybody standing, and then we give them all one big round of applause, and then we get on with the place and the awards. So for now, I would like to introduce the teams that showed solutions today to coming attractions. When your team's name is called, please stand and remain standing until all the teams for that challenge have been called. And I would once again ask the audience, please hold your applause until all of our teams are standing. At the secondary level, Frontier Lithium Ironide. At the secondary level, we have a team from Orchard Park High School. At the secondary level, we have a team from Frontier. It's pronounced D-I-A, right. At the middle level, Orchard Park Middle School. At Union, and we had a team here from Union Endicott who demonstrated their solution. They are not ranked among our teams because they are a Central Region team. Elementary level, we had a team from Pinehurst Elementary. We had a team from Eggert Elementary, the Tiki Heads. We had a team from Clarence Central Schools, and then we had a team from South Davis. So if all those teams are standing, please now show them your appreciation. At this time, I would like to introduce someone very special to you. You can all sit down now. I would like to introduce someone very special to you. Her name is Cheryl Jurding. She is this year's Challenge Master for the state of New York for Coming Attraction.